Speaker of the National Assembly, Mohammed Al-Enezi Al-Sadoun, opened the regular session today to discuss items on its agenda. The Assembly begins the work of its session with the items of ratification of records and disclosure of incoming papers and letters, as well as disclosure of petitions and complaints, followed by item of questions and electing new members to fill vacant positions in some committees and requests to form committees and referrals. Our correspondent Mohammed Al-Enezi joins us now from Abdullah Salim Hall to elaborate further on today's session. Good afternoon, Mohammed. Can you tell us on the most prominent items that were discussed so far?
Yes, good afternoon to you, Reem, and good afternoon to our dear viewers watching on KTV2. The National Assembly session was opened earlier this morning by the National Assembly Speaker, Mohammed Al-Enezi Al-Sadoun, and this is the first session since the government took the constitutional oath. Now, of course, last night the government finalized the government work program, and it was presented today, along with 15 items on the agenda. The agenda also includes 36 incoming letters, 34 reports of parliamentary committees on decree laws and draft laws, one of which is a draft law from the Legislative Committee concerning redefining electoral districts for the National Assembly elections, and also the Noble Amiri speech, which opened the second regular session of the 17th legislative term. Now, it's worth to point out that there were 30 minutes allocated to discuss the incoming letters, but the MPs twice requested to extend the time to a total of two hours, which was accepted by Speaker Al-Sadoun, with the main topic of discussion concerning improving the living standards for Kuwaiti citizens. Now, moving on to the other items on the agenda depends on the time allocated in the total amount of the session, because that took quite some time to discuss the incoming letters, with one of the items on the agenda concerning 3 discussion requests regarding the government's stance on the strategic alternative, monitoring prices, and also filling leadership vacancies. Now, the session was briefly adjourned at 12 p.m. for prayers, but since then the MPs have returned to Abdullah Salim Hall to continue today's session. And I will have a full report later on in the day detailing all the activities of today's session. But for now, from the National Assembly, that's all the update that I have for you. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Mohammed.